Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I know how it looks. So this is one thing that you can kind of do too. You can probably, yeah, I don't know. This is gonna be interesting because this is a little bit more for controlled settings, but we'll see. We'll see how far I can actually push it in post.
Do you want it back on auto or just keep it on manual focus?
No. Manual focus is fine. That's not what it is. Because what it is, it's the actual like. It's the ISO because this doesn't have auto ISO.
I know.
Like the other one. So
yeah. If you wanted it back on manual or auto.
No.
Okay.
Manual's fine because I already have it set to where like it kind of sees. The thing is, we're in like the shade right now because I know once we get out over here to the sun, then it's gonna be like the perfect exposure. So we'll be kind of dark for now.
Right now you're F.
Should be F8. F8's like the good. Like it's like a good number.
Yeah. F8. Yeah.
So.
The ISO is at 850.
Yeah, well, I mean that's its native ISO. That's the best.
Or 1 out of 60.
That's like where you're gonna get the best like image for this.
What's the 1/60?
Oh, that's just the shutter speed. You remember how you're talking about frame rates and stuff? So
yeah,
that's why you don't want to touch that either.
No.
The only thing that you really want to touch or adjust is gonna be the ISO or the aperture, which is the F number.
Yes.
Those are the only things you want to touch when you're doing video, because otherwise it just looks kind of weird if you mess with the frame rate / shutter speed. So yeah, it's another just normal morning cruise, as you can see, or maybe not see, because I can't tell if you can actually see me or not.
I only can see half my face.
It's hella dark, huh?
I told you it was really dark, but like, don't worry about how it looks right there.
So there's like a plus or minus thing over here.
I can't see while your fingers are there.
You see like a little dial that says plus or minus?
Yeah, down here.
Yeah, go ahead and
it says no filter right now.
Yeah, it's ND filter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like,
I have astigmatism
so
and
go
my
ahead,
contacts.
So go ahead and do it in the direction. Do it up. I think.
My contacts don't correct for oh shit. Wait, what is?
Up, go down. I think. Because what does it say on the screen? It says.
Whoa.
Yeah, there you go.
Wait.
See, now we're good because the little bar thing that was crazy, huh?
What the?
Did I just blow your mind?
Cameras have that thing too. I felt like I was at the eye doctor.
Nah. So I know that's exactly kind of like what it is. So that was the one. Okay, so the auto ISO is honestly like the only thing about this camera that I'm just like, why? Because there's no auto ISO, but it has the ND filters, which is like when you're in these situations, you can just quickly and then now you're good. But I still really like it. I still really like the video camera. It's just that there's just certain workarounds which are gonna be kind of funny for the vlog. Well, I guess now you guys can see me a little bit better. I'm wearing my glasses because, well, allergies. I'm sure a lot of you were kind of looking at the past couple of vlogs and being like, man, is this dude smoking? Like, is this dude sniffing like crack cocaine? Like, why is this dude's nose always twitching? Like, why is he always like doing this with his nose? It's just allergy season, I guess. Allergies are just kicking our butts because we do get allergies, seasonal allergies. So I couldn't actually put on my contacts this morning because they were irritating me. So I got my glasses on, which I usually hate to have on, just because I don't like limitations from. I don't like limitations with being able to see, especially being an athlete in high school and in college. See, that's the limitations. I like to be able to see everything that I need to, because otherwise I'm just limited based off of whatever's inside the frame. Not a fan at all.
True story.
You feel the same way about when you have your glasses on?
Yeah.
Because you can wear your glasses more just like at home, right?
I wear them to school and at home. If I have a game or something, then I will put on my contacts, because I need to be able to see. But I wasn't joking when I said I have astigmatism. But like the reason I said that is because the eye doctor said that my astigmatism isn't strong enough for them to be able to put it into my contacts. So like no matter what prescription I have, like stuff is always like gonna be a little bit blurry to me, just because I don't have that astigmatism correction in my contacts. But my glasses, they put it in there, so my glasses are sharp, but my contacts are never gonna be sharp.
Slightly blurry.
Yeah.
Unless your astigmatism gets a little bit more astigmatism.
I don't know if that's possible,
Yeah.
but
I think so. I mean, your eyes are constantly changing like the rest of your body.
yeah, I don't
I mean,
know.
when was the last time you went to the eye doctor?
Like 2 years ago. But
Yeah.
I've been
I mean, because you don't know if anything was changed since then.
I've been telling a specific somebody to make the appointment so we can go, because I've been wanting to go. Plus, my left contact right now actually has like a little tear on the edge, and you're not supposed to be wearing contacts like that. But I don't have any more contacts, so I need a new prescription for more contacts.
You already went through all your contacts? Actually, you know
It's
what?
been 2 years.
I guess I still have some, just because I haven't actually been, like, I don't know what it's been. Within like the past like 12 months, like allergies have just been like to my face. Like they just been like.
My eyes.
That's why like I have like because you know me, I always like wear my contacts over wearing glasses. But I kind of went on a run where I think I was wearing my glasses for like 3 to 4 months straight. Like,
Yeah.
It's like ridiculous.
But that's why I don't know. That's kind of why I just like don't wear my contacts for like leisure. I just wear them for playing now.
To help. Sorry, I'm just like checking that bar in the middle. See, because when we're in the shade, it like goes hella dark. But right now that we're in the, right now that it's actually like sunny, way cool.
Yeah. Sorry for the crumbling. I'm eating breakfast again in the car.
What are you eating? Oh, nah, don't give them any street cred.
Well, my hands are there.
Yeah. Nah, man, doesn't matter to me.
It's my secret breakfast crackers. But yeah, I watched.
Oh, you finished watching the movie last night?
I finished watching Venom, which I guess I wasn't actually like halfway through the movie. I was more like a quarter kind of into the movie.
I don't know. I mean, that's.
But it.
Well, did you actually look at like the time frame? I mean, like the time sequence when you click to start watching it from there? Because, I mean, I don't think the movie's.
Yeah, well, I had to rewind a little bit, because remember how yesterday I called them things, but then you were like, they have a name, they're symbiotes.
Yeah.
Like, I literally dozed off right during that portion of the film, and then woke up when Maria, the homeless lady, started banging on the glass. So I was like, oh, like, I literally just missed that part that they're called symbiotes. So I like rewinded to right before that part where he's on the bridge and he calls Dr. Skirt.
Oh.
Dr. Skirt?
Skirt.
Is that her name? I'm pretty sure that's her name, but yeah.
He was like, is this Dr. Skirt?
He was like, talk to me. And then after that, that's when like they meet up.
That was pretty cheesy though. He was like on the bridge and just like.
Oh, yeah. So that's where I started watching again. But yeah, I mean, it did get better after that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, oh, like the parts that you kind of watched up to, like they're really like there's no action, there's nothing. It's just like they're trying to build up the story so that way the person understands like what's going on. Like it's basically it's character development, because it's not like everybody knows who Eddie Brock is or the other guy who ends up, or the the CEO guy.
Yeah. I guess,
So,
like you said, you feel like the movie wasn't like that long. I guess there could have been more like fighting between, what's his name, Dr. Hank? The actual like dude who's like trying to get the symbiotes to live in humans.
I forgot the dude's name.
I don't know if it's Dr. Hank, but I guess there could have been more fighting between Hank and Brock, or Riot and Venom. I guess that could have been like more played out.
I don't know, but I mean,
I feel like that was very short. for
Really?
like those two like main characters to just like have a nice life, and then she's just gone.
Well, I mean, the fight couldn't. I don't feel like the fight really could have been any longer, just because again they were kind of working on a certain time frame, anyways. I mean, I guess you could have had them meet sooner potentially, but
Yeah.
I mean, just in terms of the fight sequence
Fighting was
in
good.
itself, it was. Oh man, I should have watched it on the TV to see how different it looked. Did it look like a ball of mess? Like, did it just look like glob on the screen when they were fighting, or did it actually look like you can actually tell like who was who? Because I mean, there was a part where it's like they kind of separated into like four, because you see like the evil doctor / CEO guy, and then you see Eddie Brock, and then there's like Venom and Riot. Because they all kind of like split and were like hitting each other for like brief moments.
That part got a little confusing, but like when they slowed it down, when they were actually like pulled apart for a little bit,
Yeah.
you could like I could see who was who.
It might have just. I mean, maybe it was the first time that I watched it. Maybe it was just because of where we sat. We were kind of up in front. I don't know. So, but you like the second, but you definitely like past the part you had initially seen, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's all I was like. The movie was. I didn't think the movie was bad. Again, I will say this again. I didn't think the movie was bad, but I know it's definitely just not on the same level as like Marvel.
Overall, it wasn't bad. I just feel like it had potential to be better.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, because there's kind of like a hype to it, because it's like it's Venom. The other thing too is they didn't make it rated R.
Yeah.
Which I was disappointed, but I guess that they want to be able to have more people watch it in the theater.
I guess.
Because otherwise, I mean, Deadpool was rated R.
And people still brought kids to that.
Logan was rated R. Logan was a good movie.
People still brought kids to that.
I need to buy that on a hard copy. Logan was a good movie.
Yeah, I mean, Venom was funny too. Like once Venom was actually like introduced and everything, and like he started having a role.
Yeah, then
like actually having a role in the movie.
Then can you agree that Tom Hardy actually did like a pretty decent job though of portraying like himself as Eddie Brock, and then like just pretend like, you know, just talking to something like that was in his head, but
Yeah.
it was actually Venom.
Yeah. It had its funny moments too.
Oh well, yeah.
You bit someone's head off. Are you gonna eat anyone else? Most likely. It was like.
It was just what I found kind of funny, because I never knew about this in general, was, I mean, they basically made Venom seem like he's like a pussy compared to all the other symbiotes.
Yeah.
And for as long as I've pretty much watched and kind of known Venom like as a kid and stuff, and like with the comic books / like the cartoons, it was like Venom was like badass.
I thought Venom was like a bad character like this entire time, to be honest.
Well, he kind of.
I know he like is because like he eats people and stuff.
He like
but,
he like is, but he isn't, because he has a highly aggressive side to him. So, in the Spider-Man movies, he is portrayed as a villain, but then he kind of later on switches to where he actually becomes more. I guess you can kind of say good. Like he's kind of like a Deadpool. He's kind of like more like an anti-hero. Like you can't really give him the hero role because he's still kind of like a wild card.
Yeah.
So that's why like you can't really give him a full hero tag, but he's not entirely bad.
No.
He just has very like aggressive tendencies, and I mean, dude's gotta eat. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you in that regard.
Yeah, I didn't know Venom was like not the most powerful dude like out there. He was like, I'm kind of like a loser on my planet, like you here.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I was just like, what?
But I mean, he was smaller than
Riot. Yeah.
Riot, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Darn camera.
Wow.
It's like started sliding on the thing.
Oh, gotcha. Where are we at
Yeah.
with the highlights? Where's that little meter at?
Oh, it's like 3/4 to the right. But yeah, like I said, it had its moments. Also, when he told him to jump out the window, and then he goes to the elevator, and
oh yeah, he's like pussy.
I didn't want to say it, but yeah, that was funny.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, they had a decent one-liners. You know what? The one funny thing though about DC, well, some of the DC movies that I've noticed, kind of compared to Marvel movies, is that like some of those DC movies are dark. And it was kind of like a meme that went around on the internet, because it's not like dark in terms of like, oh, like evil and stuff. Like literally, like it's dark. Like you can't really see certain things. Like just in terms of the exposure. Like this video is probably gonna be like, you're probably gonna see sometimes where we're like hella dark, and then you're gonna see times when we're like hella bright. But that's only because. Okay. I mean, it looks okay in the screen, but I'm telling you, once we get in post, because I don't know. I've mostly used this in a controlled setting, so. I haven't actually like seen like what I can do in post with it in terms of bringing it back or making it brighter, but I guess we'll see. Because I'd rather it be a little bit darker than brighter. Because once you blow something out, like once it's like washed out, like you can't do nothing with that. That's like the worst thing you can do. Like you can get away with having it be a little like a dark, but once it's blown out, like washed out, like nah, there's no way. And I saw her like put her hand out too. I thought she was smoking a cigarette.
She went. Just hung it out the window.
Well, I mean, it's 59 degrees outside right now. You know what I think helped this morning with the car not being hot is because I didn't realize I accidentally left the thing open. But when I got in, it was like room temperature. It was not even room temperature. It was a little cool.
But still.
I was like, oh, that feels good.
Dangerous to leave it open.
Instead of getting into like a super hot car. Well, I mean, you risk things coming in.
Well, that too.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And then I also actually got to watch A Quiet Place afterwards.
Oh, you watched that too?
An hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah, that one was actually
it was free.
That one was actually a quick watch.
Well, I mean, yeah. I was gonna say like it is a silent film, so maybe they were like, I don't know, testing it out. Cause like, when was the last time a silent film came out?
I mean, that I've seen, or just in general? Just in general.
I mean,
I'd have to look that up.
Yeah, I mean, like, how many people are gonna have the tolerance for like a silent movie that's longer than that?
I mean, I don't think you really need to be any longer unless you wanted to just like add in like them going out and just doing more things and having more close encounters with whatever those things were. But I mean, I thought that was actually, I mean, that was another like really good movie.
It was good.
Because I mean, the fact that it still kind of kept you drawn in, even though there weren't like any lines pretty much throughout the movie. But the other thing too is like, if you know that going into the movie, like that's what you expect.
Yeah.
Because you're like, okay, like it's called A Quiet Place, and it's like they're all quiet for a reason. You don't know what that reason is, obviously, until a little bit later. But
well, they made that very clear from like the beginning, kind of.
Yeah, that sucks for the little kid.
I mean, he could have just taken the thing. He didn't have to take the batteries.
It's a kid. That's the thing. That's the thing with kids. Like they don't.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Dude, anybody who has a kid would like kind of somewhat they would like understand. Just like.
I know. It's like, don't just leave the batteries there. At the same time, but it had to be done. It was part of the movie. That's how they introed it.
Oh, man, I'm trying to think of what other movie was kind of. I feel like it kind of had like a similar feel to it. Not obviously the whole quiet, like not talking thing, but just kind of like they were battling something. Where it's like the family, and then all of a sudden, just like something randomly kind of happens towards the end. Because I forget who. Do you know who made A Quiet Place?
No, I don't remember.
See, because it kind of almost reminded me a little bit of like.
Oh my god.
What?
I left my phone at home.
Noise.
That's not good.
Okay, Mom.
No, it's not. It's not even funny. Like, it's not good.
Well, obviously, because you keep talking to people on it.
Well, not even that. Like, how are you supposed to know everything? And if you're unsure.
Well, I already have it on my phone that I'm picking you up at 2:05 from Lone Mountain.
Yeah, and then after that.
Well, I mean, I'm going home. I can bring your phone.
I know, but shit, that's what happens when I don't wear stuff with pockets. I remembered my wallet at least, which is maybe even more important, but shit.
Okay, well, I'm just picking you up at 2:05 from Lone Mountain. And then I'm gonna pick you up from that.
Oh, they're making a left on Market.
Oh, it's the highway patrol. Oh, they're busting a U-turn.
Oh, the Caltrans?
Yeah. I think he was like busting somebody, but he was just
Yeah, actually.
he's just blocking the intersection for them. It kind of reminded me of like M. Night Shyamalan's movie Signs.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You haven't seen Signs?
No.
Oh my goodness. See, now you're gonna have to watch that movie to kind of get the reference, like why I felt like the story was. I mean, I wouldn't want to say similar because there were way more flashbacks in Signs than in A Quiet Place. But can we keep something real quick? Who the hell has a baby when you know freaking like those things react to noise?
Yeah.
I was
I mean, it's like The Walking Dead 2.
I stopped after like season.
Well, I mean, even from what you watched, you know that the mom had a baby very early on in the season.
That's true. I forgot about that.
I was like, what, season 2? Or was it even the first season, baby?
It was season 2.
Well, I know the first season was only like 6 episodes. I guess they were just like testing it out to see. And then they started making like 13 season episodes, I think it was.
Yeah, how many seasons are there now? I feel like I stopped after 4 or 5.
I think it was like 8 or 9.
Are they still going, or are they already cut? Or are they already killed
I have no idea. I actually stopped watching it too.
Yeah, because
Finally. Well, not finally.
Well,
I might go back just to like watch what I missed, but
I wouldn't mind like just binge watching, like just like let it run like marathon style, so I can actually like catch up. Because the thing is, I don't feel like I could dedicate myself to just every week just watching the episodes and just kind of sitting there because again, commercials. But I just feel like I have a better chance of just watching it later when there aren't commercials, and I can just like watch it straight through in less time. But I know a lot of people are really stoked because apparently the last season of Game of Thrones is coming up.
I have never watched an episode.
I haven't seen a single episode either. And you know what's funny is that every time I mention that to somebody who's seen Game of Thrones, there was like, "What? You haven't seen Game of Thrones?" And I'm just like, nope.
Basically.
We don't have HBO. And people were like, "Well, there's other ways to watch it." Like, I don't have HBO. I'm just like.
Either way, it's like, I don't know.
I'm just
like it's not like it's something I have to watch. Also.
Nah, you don't like have to watch anything really.
Exactly.
I'm just like yo, like I get it. Like there's some hype over it, but I mean, there's even people who didn't even like Walking Dead.
No.
They're like, this is stupid. I'm like, what?
Or they liked it at the beginning, but then because of like the story, they stopped watching it because certain characters get killed off or like certain things happen, and they're like, I don't agree with that, and then they stop watching it.
Yeah. It's
like okay, buddy.
like these things aren't gonna last forever.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to jump back to A Quiet Place?
I mean, what do you want to talk about? What made it a good movie for you?
I guess like you said, that it keeps you drawn in, even though it's like a silent movie, and like you want to know what happens next. Even though you can like kind of predict what's gonna happen in certain situations. So like when the mom was gonna take the laundry up the stairs and the bag gets caught in a nail, and then she like pulls it up I'm like, she's definitely gonna step on that later on.
Well,
that's gonna be a problem.
Well, I was like, I didn't know who was gonna step on it. I felt like somebody was gonna step on it, but you just didn't know exactly who.
Oh, I knew she was gonna be the one to step on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just knew. I was like, well, nobody else is gonna step on it.
I guess I was just like, that's gonna be interesting. But then kind of like later on too, when did they even say what they're called?
No, I think they just had the board of like saying that there was like just 3 confirmed. What's the weakness?
Which nobody knew what the weaknesses were at the time.
The attack sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, which they found out the weakness.
Like on accident, which was kind of interesting the way that that even kind of played out, because like the dad was just so like adamant about being able to have his daughter here.
Yeah.
That ends up being the thing that actually ends up saving them.
Yeah.
Even if they didn't work for her.
Oh, yeah.
Because the frequency wasn't high enough. So that's what was kind of interesting, how like when the thing kind of wigged out, then because like when the monster showed up in the crops, was she out there? Well, when was the part where like the monster kind of showed up but she didn't know that it was there? And then her thing started like wigging out, her earpiece started wigging out, and then the thing kind of started like freaking out itself and then just took off.
Yeah, that was the part when the kid, the son, was on the way back from lighting up the fireworks to distract the monsters from his mom.
Oh yeah, because she walked off on her own right at that point. Because she left.
Way before that, yeah.
Yeah, because she was...
when the mom was doing the laundry, she was already gone. She went to go take the spaceship to the younger brother's little memorial site.
Yeah. Do you think that was... Did they all make... Like, was that something that they all kind of just did for him? Or do you think that was just her thing to him? She felt bad for what happened.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Because they kind of didn't really clarify that, huh?
No, we can only speculate. But I have a feeling like the family would have done something, you know, for the kid.
That's what I was like, whoa. I guess. I mean, that's what I'm like saying. Like, do you think that like the family is the one who actually made the actual like parents and stuff, or do you think it was just like her memorial to him because she felt bad for like what happened?
I don't know. Like I said, I can only speculate. I mean, maybe the family put up the cross, but she like collected the toys, or I don't know, because it seems like the dad didn't even really want her to like go out, really. Yeah. When he needed to go, I guess, when they needed to go scavenge for food or like supplies or stuff. But yeah, that part was when the kid was walking back from lighting up the fireworks to distract things from the mom, and then he ran into, I'm assuming it's corn, into the cornfield with his flashlight because he got scared because the thing was gonna come after him. Mm-hmm. And then I think he ran like straight into like a tractor or something. He hit it, and then
he fell back.
His flashlight was pointing out towards the path, and so she saw it and she was like, what's that? And then yeah, she didn't know the thing was behind her, but then that's when it started like going off.
You know what's kind of interesting is that, because you know how like when they go out to the waterfall area, so the dad's like, we can talk here because they can't hear us because of all the other noise.
Yeah.
It kind of makes you like wonder, like, I guess if maybe they had explosives, they could have just set something up like in a field, which would have attracted all of them to like the one thing, whether it was like a, I don't know, like a loudspeaker or something, just to draw them into that area. And then once they got in that area, they could have just triggered the explosives, just like blow them all up and see if that would have worked.
I don't know, but then that would like kill the movie right away.
I know,
they need a story.
But I'm just saying, obviously
they need the battle and the fighting.
All of a sudden it's not like, all you see is just, all right, this is this is what these things are. They took my kid. Now it's like, I'm just figuring out how to like live with them. But you know what, like, they react to noise, so why don't I just set this like loudspeaker post up in the middle of nowhere, put explosives around it, and then set it, and then just make the loudspeaker go off, so that way once they run to it, then you just trigger the explosives and boom, movie over.
Yeah, exactly. It's not even a movie at that point. It's like a short film.
A Michael Bay film.
Yeah, I did feel bad for the dad.
Explosives.
I did feel bad for the dad though, also because at the same time, that's when she turned off her earpiece. When I feel like she should have figured out in the silo that her earpiece was what like warded off the creatures.
Yeah, well, it's really hard to say too, just because I mean, you're not thinking of those things in those moments.
I guess not, but
it's not like you're like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, it had to be part of the story, but I feel like she didn't need to turn off her earpiece, even though it was like bothering her, because she had already dealt with it like 2 times before. So it's like, why is she turning it off in that moment?
Yeah.
And then the dad ended up, you know.
No, I mean the dad did a lot.
He did.
So that's why I was just kind of like, wow.
Like, yeah.
It was a devastating blow to the movie.
It was.
But it is what it is. Have we reached your destination?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, then I guess this vlog is over!
You missed half the lens.
What won it?
You said over and you still saw my whole entire face.
Yeah, but then it's still gonna